Time for some turtle power. Today we're taking a look at Bandai's movie monster series, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, vinyl figure. Welcome back. Though I grew up with the Godzilla series, I've grown to love the Gamera series as well, and I've always wanted a figure of him. Unfortunately, Gamera isn't as popular as Godzilla, so there haven't been as many figures of him made. There was an SH Monster Arts version of him, but those are really expensive, and I passed on that. So when I came across this guy, the movie monster series from Bandai on Big Bad Toy Store, so I thought I'd take a chance on this guy and see how he turns out. I haven't really collected any of the vinyl figures. I don't have any X Plus figures. I'd like to, but they're so expensive. I just haven't gotten any of them yet. So like a lot of vinyl figures, you don't actually get any packaging. You just get this kind of tag here with a picture of Gamera from the film there. Inside you have a lot of writing in Japanese. I have no idea what it says. And then a picture of the movie poster on the back. And if you've never seen a Gamera film, I highly recommend the Gamera trilogy. This is the Mill Creek Entertainment version. This is a really cheap release. There's also an Arrow video release, which has more extra features and stuff like that. This is a great starting point for Gamera. This is the Heisei area, so these are the 90s trilogy. They were very similar to the Heisei Godzilla movies. Really elaborate special effects. Really great movies. Highly recommend you check them out. Gamera is quite a bit different from Godzilla. He actually flies, if you can believe it. He pulls his arms and legs and head into his shell and then shoots fire out and spins around like that. So really crazy series. The show-off films are a little bit low budget. They're more for die-hard kaiju fans. There's a lot of repeated footage in them, but the Heisei era movies are fantastic. Hopefully we get to see him and Godzilla team up someday. So we'll start by measuring him up. As you can see, he stands about 6 inches tall, or 15 centimeters. And to compare him to a Godzilla, here he is next to the first release of the Monster Arts Godzilla, the only Godzilla I have. As you can see, he is a little bit shorter than Godzilla because he's more hunched over. I think in a movie the Godzilla would be taller, but in figure form, they're not too bad. I've actually seen comparisons between this and the Monster Arts Gamera from this film, and it is the same height. So if we go by the figures, then this is accurate scaling. But I think in film, Toho would want Godzilla to be bigger than Gamera. Who do you think would win this fight? I think Godzilla would win in the end, but hopefully they team up and become friends and can meet each other in future films. Please, Toho, make it happen. Taking a look at Gamera, I think they've done a really good job of giving us a really high quality figure for a low price for a kaiju figure. You can see there's a lot of detail in the sculpt here. Kind of the texture of his head and spikes and everything like that. The paintwork around the mouth and the eyes and the teeth is really clean. Really good job. Since the mouth is such a focal point, they really did a good job of giving us a really clean paint job in there. There are seam lines along the jaw here. Also with the head, which goes around to the back of the shell, which I'll show you in just a moment. We do have his belly here. Unfortunately, this doesn't open up. In one of the films, I don't remember if it happens in the first one or not, this opens up and he fires a beam out of it. You can see his legs here. The paintwork on the toes isn't as quite as good as the mouth there. There is a little bit of overspray onto the toes there. That's not too bad though. He is a hollow vinyl figure, so very light. You do have some copyright information on there. Not the longest tail. Godzilla certainly hasn't beaten there. You can see all the texture and detail on his shell here. Really nice, simple paint job. It doesn't need a whole lot. You could go over and kind of dry brush it with some brown or something like that to look like there's mud, or maybe a little bit of green like there's moss or something growing on him if you wanted to, but I actually think it looks pretty good as it is. As you see, there's kind of the split there, the seam where they attached his head there. A little bit unfortunate that it's there. It's not super noticeable from the front. It looks a little bit like a wrinkle or something like that with the texturing there, but on the top of the shell it is pretty noticeable. But for $32 for a kaiju figure, that's pretty cheap and very well detailed for what you get. As far as articulation goes, it is pretty well a statue. You do get rotation at the arms here. The legs rotate, and so does the tail, although it's pretty well only able to go in one position. You can't really, you could, I guess, suppose, have him in a sitting position like that, but it looks awkward, so you're pretty well stuck with him in one pose like that, although that is a really good pose for Gamera, so I don't really miss the articulation. Some people might, but I like this look. So overall, if you're looking for a Gamera, this is a nice little one to get. He's a good size, and the paintwork on his mouth and everything is really nice. A lot of detail in the sculpt, and the paint on his chest here just kind of breaks that up just a little bit. It's a budget Gamera. There are obviously X Plus Defo Reels and stuff like that, which are far more detailed, but a lot more expensive. If you just want a Gamera on the shelf, this is a good one to get. I have reviewed many other monster figures, and I have more to come, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see those. But for right now, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!